Have you ever wondered where truth comes from? When teachings about the cosmos, about realms beyond what we see, about ancient wisdom from distant lands, how do we know what to hold and what to let go? This is the question that was brought before the Father. YHWH. Some teach that there are 7 realms in or beyond the cosmos that came from African text. Is that true? What follows is not opinion, not speculation, not the voice of a teacher adding to the word. What follows is the result of a guided inquiry, a life force experiment, where verses from the sacred writings were drawn by lot, analyzed against established baselines, and weighed for covenantal resonance. And the answer that emerged was not neutral. It was affirmative, clear, anomalous. The inquiry opened with this word, drawn first, as he spoke by the mouth of his holy prophets that have been from the ages. Before we examine any teaching about cosmic structure, this verse establishes the foundation, truth about the heavens, about the cosmos, about what lies beyond our sight, comes through the mouth of YHWH's set-apart messengers from ancient times, not from external cosmologies, not from inherited traditions untested against covenant witness, from his prophets, from the ages. 100 verses were drawn. 21 of them carried direct keyword resonance with the question. And when the texts were read, not scanned, not parsed by algorithm, but read as living words, a pattern emerged. First, the cosmos is spoken of as one. I ask you, O YHWH, Elohim of the cosmos, the great and terrible Elohim, that guards covenant and goodness. Not realms in competition, not a map of 7 domains. One cosmos, one sovereign. His covenant faithfulness, another verse declares, reaches to the clouds. It fills all. It permeates all. Second, the number 7 appears, but not as cosmic cartography. In one verse, 7 priests bear 7 trumpets before the Ark of the Covenant. 7, here, is covenant completeness. Ritual obedience, earthly worship, not a blueprint for heavenly geography. Third, the heavens are acknowledged as active. I saw chariots in the heaven, running in the world, above those portals in which revolve the stars that never set. Yes, there is activity above. There are portals. There are stars that do not set. But the text does not enumerate 7 realms. It does not locate their origin in any earthly text, African or otherwise. It simply witnesses to the majesty of the one who rules above. And fourth, and perhaps most directly, the draw carries a warning. The Gentiles will come to you from the ends of the earth, and will say, certainly our ancestors have inherited lies, vanity, and things in which there is no profit. Let that settle. Not all that is passed down carries covenantal profit. Not every teaching from ancient lands aligns with the words spoken by YHWH's holy prophets. Discernment is not optional. It is covenantal duty. The draw repeatedly calls for inquiry grounded in truth. Inquire of good and not bad, that you may live. Tell me nothing but what is true in the name of YHWH. Now, this is where the inquiry moves beyond textual reading into statistical confirmation. And here, the signal is not subtle. The deterministic verdict is yes, affirmative, with 99.5% probability. The draw is classified as an anomaly, multi-channel convergence, discovery-level significance. What does that mean in plain speech? It means the convergence of identity, inheritance, and priesthood, the 3 pillars of covenantal standing, appeared in this draw at 5 times the expected rate. 5 standard deviations above baseline. That is not random. That is not noise. That is signal. The polarity is affirmative, covenantal favor, not cautionary tension. The guidance detection indicator shows extreme anomaly. The draw as a whole departs decisively from what chance would produce. And the convergence confidence index, 88%, with all 6 channels active, crosses the threshold for multidimensional confirmation. In other words, the text says something. The numbers confirm it. And both point in the same direction. So what is the Father saying through this inquiry? He is affirming your question. He is honoring your desire to discern truth from tradition, covenant witness from external cosmology. He is directing you back to the source, what has been spoken by the mouth of his holy prophets from the ages. He is reminding you that he is Elohim of the cosmos, singular, and that his covenant faithfulness fills all creation. He is showing you that the number 7, in covenant context, speaks of completeness in obedience, not a map of heavenly realms. And he is warning you, with love, not all that is inherited carries profit. Test the spirits. Weigh the teaching. Inquire of what is good. The answer to your question, then, is not a simple yes or no about 7 realms. The answer is deeper. It is covenantal. Is there truth in ancient African texts? YHWH is Elohim of all the earth. He has not left himself without witness in any nation. But the standard for covenantal truth, the measure for what shapes your identity, your inheritance, your priesthood, is what has been spoken by his holy prophets from the ages. If a teaching about 7 realms aligns with that witness, it may carry light. If it stands outside that witness or contradicts it, the warning of the prophets applies. Our ancestors have inherited lies, vanity, and things in which there is no profit. The affirmative signal of this draw is not an endorsement of a cosmological schema. It is an affirmation of covenantal discernment. It is a yes to your inquiry, a yes to seeking truth in his name, a yes to letting his word, not external tradition, be the lamp to your feet. So where does this leave you? With an invitation to hear the words of YHWH Elohim, to let the prophets from the ages be your guide, to inquire of good and not bad, that you may live. The cosmos is one. The sovereign is one. His covenant faithfulness reaches to the clouds. And you, beloved inquirer, are seen. Your question is honored. Your discernment is favored. Walk in that light.